Good morning, welcome back to Ravenclaw Reads. I'm Courtney and you are here with me at the start of another reading vlog. So super excited to get started today. It is July 3rd, first sort of reading vlog of the new month. I love a new month because it's a chance to like refresh, restart, and get all the things going. So I really do love that. So I did get some reading done this weekend. As I mentioned on Friday, I was gonna take like a little break and then hop back on, and I did in fact do that. So Friday afternoon after work, I started reading Hot Pot Murder by Jennifer J. Chow. I've had this book on my want to read for a while, and this book, I ended up giving it 4 stars. This is the second book in the, let me see, what's the name of an LA night market mystery. The first book was Death by Bubble Tea, which was cute, but you could tell it was the first in the series. And so I think I gave that one like 3 stars, just like mid. This one was better. It still kind of dragged just a little bit, but it was better than the first one. So I gave that 4 stars. And in that, we follow a family that does a night market for Asian food, and they own a restaurant. And obviously there's a murder that happens, and then we try to investigate. The lead character obviously is on the hunt to try to find things out before the police do. There is a love interest that is the sheriff or the police officer, which usually happens, but they haven't gotten to the dating point yet. And so, yeah, it was really good. Then I finally finished The Ashes and the Star-Cursed King by Carissa Broadbent. This had been lingering in the back of my head and like wanting to read for a while after I read the first one. I rated the first one, I think like a 3 or maybe a 4, but I was excited about it. It was good. And then the second one ended up rating a 2. Now, I will be completely honest that it took me a while to get through it. There were parts of it that just weren't making sense, and I fully blame my rating on the fact that I was stopping and starting it. So I don't think it's a bad book. I still like the way Carissa Broadbent writes her stories. I will still look at her other series that I just picked up last week. But this one just didn't hit for me. And I can't pinpoint what it is. I honestly just think I took too long to read through it and kept stopping and starting it. So 2 stars, but I'm glad to be done with that for a second because it was kind of hanging over my head. It's like something I needed to finish, and I just wanted to get it done. So that was that. So that's 2 books this weekend. And then I was really excited. On Saturday, we made it over to Barnes & Noble. We just decided to go on a whim, sort of late on Saturday night, and I wasn't looking for anything in particular. I had started reading Daddy Diaries on Saturday, which I got, so this book is broken up into seasons. So I finished up all of this winter. He starts in winter. So that's about 55 pages, and it's decent. It's like a diary, and so I'm not in a race to read it. It's like my in-between sort of picking it up. And this book is following Andy Cohen's journey starting in 2022 after his time with, who was it, Anderson Cooper at the Ringing of the New Year, where he was kind of tipsy. So it kind of starts there, and we go into like his everyday life. And so we're also following right before he becomes a parent the second time. And so it's just interesting. I read his first book. It's just interesting to see what he's doing. He's a huge mogul. And yes, there's nothing super juicy yet. He already put a disclaimer in the prologue that since he has kids now and that they will read this at some point, he didn't want to put anything too salacious in there. So there's mention of dating, but there's nothing, you know, super hyped up. In his first one, he was spilling the tea and he gave lots of information. In this one, he's just kind of keeping it light. And so, like I said, not in a rush read, sort of in the background. I pick it up. But I'm going to try to go by season. So now I'm hitting spring. And so there I am in the book. I've read this amount. Hitting spring, and then I'll come back to it. So that was some of my time on Saturday. And so I went to Barnes & Noble just to sort of look around and have anything in mind. And there's so many books in my normal category, my romance category, that I've already read but I was kind of like, okay, I don't know, I'm just looking. So I started to go into the middle grade section and just really started digging through that and stuff that I hadn't heard of before, and really embracing that because I really loved middle grade May, as I talked about already. And you know, there's just different stories, and I honestly feel, I told my family this too, like sometimes it's almost more creative in the middle grade section. Like I know if I go to a romance, I know exactly what the format's going to be, right? I know the tropes, I know all of those things. If I do a cozy mystery, same thing. I know the tropes, I know what's going to happen. Thriller is almost the same thing. You can add twists and turns, but generally it's the same things. And I just feel like there's so many more ideas simmering in the middle grade section. It's kind of fun to get into. So I picked up some books, of course, and Reagan did too, because she's always picking up middle grade books, and she knows I'm never going to say no to a book, so she knows. Okay, so the first book that I picked up was Keepers of the Lost Cities, which I have started. I am on page 72, chapter 9, and this stood out to me because it looked like a fun fantasy book. But basically we're following Sophie, who is a telepath, and she could hear the thoughts of people around her. She's in middle school, they're on a field trip. It's kind of giving Percy Jackson at the beginning. Her teacher's mean. She runs into a guy named Fitz, who like really quickly explains to her that she is not of this world, and he teleports her to where she's really from, and kind of drops all of these bombs on her about like who she is. And she can hear people's thoughts, she can read people's minds, and she can lift objects with her mind, is what we have so far. But they're training to go to a special academy. I want to say it's Foxwire Academy, which is giving Hogwarts, and she has to prove herself in getting in. I am really going to stick with this because there's 8 books in this series, and so I like the way it's written, and I love to have a series ready to go. However, it is giving Hogwarts. It's giving Harry Potter, and that always leaves a bad taste in my mouth because I love Harry Potter so much that when another book comes in the door really doing the Harry Potter trope thing, I'm just like, what are we doing? Like, how did you get through? Like, how did this come to be? Because you're clearly writing Harry Potter. But we are going to give it a shot. This book is by Shannon Messenger, and what really sold me on it is I only had 1 copy left of this kind of book. So it's annotated by the author. Let me find an annotated page. So she annotates parts of the book that were hard for her or her thoughts. Here's where I am, chapter 9. So I love that. And there's special deleted scenes in this book. Now, did I read the original? So do I know it's deleted? No, but there are special deleted scenes in this book, and this is the only one left. And it's a floppy paperback. You all know how I feel about a floppy paperback. So I was sold. It checked all the boxes for me. Then I picked up this book called Mercy Suarez Can't Dance. And this just looked really cute. It's about a 7th grader. It says Mercy Suarez changes gears. 7th grade is going to be a trial for Mercy. Teachers are tougher, friendships are complicated, and her family is still, well, they always make things interesting. One thing for sure is Mercy Suarez can't dance. Not at the Heart Ball, which bossy Edna Santos is now in charge of, or anywhere else. The thought of dancing in public makes her almost as queasy as Love does, and Mercy's been thinking about Love more than she wants to, especially since the boy she's managing the school store with is actually ... nice. So this just seems really cute to me. Something that I might read out loud to Reagan. I love reading these like realistic stories to her. They help navigate things, in my opinion, for her. She loves graphic novels. She loves cartoons still, and so I like to give her like some realism too, because I think like when you read these stories or you watch realistic shows, that's how you learn like how to navigate the world in different situations. So excited about that. Also not in a rush. I just have this. And then I've been on my Babysitters Club grind. If you've been watching my channel for a little bit, you know that I love the Babysitters Club. I've loved them since I was a kid. And there's just a resurgence of like adults claiming Babysitters Club. And one of the podcasts that I always talk about, Stuck in Stony Brook, I just became one of their Patreons because that's how good and real it is to me. And I don't do Patreon for anything. But I picked up a couple of well, what's what I want to do? I want to complete my Babysitters Club collection. So I already have all but maybe 50 books, but they're like, you know, I have all, and then it sounds like 30, and then I need like 31 to 32, but then I need 42 to 46, like that. So I need to like finish up the collection. I have been on eBay trying to find the rest of the collection somewhere, trying not to get a whole bunch of doubles and duplicates. But while I was at Barnes, I did see the new super specials with the covers, and I just had to get them. They were so cute. So the first one I got is super special number 2, Babysitter Summer Vacation, which I just read. But I think that cover is adorable. And it's like when I open these, like, listen, this just reminds me of being in elementary school. And like, they're still made by Scholastic. They still literally smell the same. I feel like I'm at the book fair. And so I definitely will have these. I'm thinking about making a whole Babysitters Club shelf. And then I picked up super special number 1, which is Babysitters on Board. Again, adorable cover. I don't even know if they have all of these in this cover, but I want the whole set in the original covers at some point. So that is what I'm working towards. Okay, so what am I reading right now? Of course, Daddy Diaries is in the background. But I am actively reading the book Nora Goes Off Script. This book is really cute. It's only like 260 pages. I wonder if I could even finish it today. I'm about 23% in, and it follows Nora, who is recently divorced from Ben. We don't get really any of that. We just jump right into the story. So Nora is a writer, and a Hollywood movie company has picked up her book and changed it into a script. And they are using her one area of her home for filming. And so we jump right into filming with a huge star named Leo, and the female star, I want to say, is Naomi. And they are filming Nora's book, and the book is based on her divorce to her ex. Well, Leo is a heartthrob, and he's very broody. He seems to be going through things, and they only needed her space for like 2 days, and the 2 days are up, and now Leo wants to stay. He kind of wants to be normal and like live the small town life because her house is in a very small town. And so he asks if he can stay there for a week. And so I know where this is going, but it's so cute and so well written. So I am, like I said, about 26% in, hoping to finish that today. Oh, it's Monday night sprints. I'm so excited. I love the Monday night sprints, like I told you guys, because I don't have anything to do on Monday nights. And tomorrow's 4th of July, so there's no work. It's just going to be great. So I'm going to read that. I will definitely finish that tonight. And then after that, I don't know what I'm going to read next. I have a whole list of things to read. I just don't know what yet. Okay, here's the last thing for this clip, because I've rambled for quite some time. So first, yesterday, Kindle Fire Appreciation. I really almost bought the Kindle Scribe yesterday, and I had to be strong for myself. And I had to walk myself off of the ledge because, like, did I really need a Kindle Scribe? No, I don't need a Kindle Scribe. I'm just gonna keep telling myself that. I have an iPad that you can write on. I don't need a Kindle Scribe. I don't do that much annotating. I don't need a Kindle Scribe. I just bought annotation pins, highlighters, and tabs. Again, I don't need a Kindle Scribe. So I'm just gonna keep saying that mantra to myself over and over until it clicks. But I had to charge the Oasis again because I used it for all of 2 days. So of course the battery was dead. And so my Paperwhite, I think it's the 10th generation, is really slowing down. That's my on-the-go one. And I'm gonna have to just like turn that off and dead it for now, because it just, even taking it to read, it's so slow. So I put my Paperwhite in my purse. And then this is my like go-to one at home. So I'm down to like 2 plus the Kindle Fire. So anyway, I put the Oasis on the charger yesterday, had the Kindle Fire out, was loving life with it. I opted to buy Empire Storms and Tower of Dawn on the Kindle, because I am going to read those. I'm thinking next week. It's a tandem read. I put the tandem reading list here on the back of my fire so that I could keep track of what I need to read. And I just really want to immerse myself in that with zero excuses. Plus, I feel like the books, lugging them around, especially tandem reading, is a lot. It's just going to be easier. And they were cheaper because I've already bought Throne of Glass. So I'm getting like the discounted block set of books. And what else? Okay, then Reagan also challenged me to read, even though Pride Month is over, she said that I need to read a Pride book. So I still have Red, White, and Royal Blue that I have not read. And so I'm committing to reading that this month. Okay, last thing. This weekend, my husband, I didn't know he was going to buy it. He ended up buying me that clicker for the Kindle. And I love it. Here's my beef though, because of course I have a complaint. First, I started it on the Kindle Oasis, and I was like, do I really need it? Because I have buttons. Like, do you need it? But yeah, it was great because I could just set the Kindle down, and you clip sort of the receiver part onto your Kindle. It needs to go in the back like that. And you click the button to initiate that it's starting, and then boom, you're ready to go. You just click, 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 click. And so I didn't have to hold this, and it worked. On the Paperwhite though, it did not work well because it blocks some of the words. Okay, I had to pause for a second. But what I was saying was, this on the Paperwhite was really a challenge. For some reason, it wouldn't like immediately start. And then just the way the Paperwhite screen is, this clip, like I said, I had to go on this way. This clip, there was no good spot that it didn't block some of the words. And so I didn't let it on the Paperwhite. And I was like, oh no, like, is this not a good thing? Should I not have gotten it? But then on the Fire, it was in fact Fire. I really think this on the Fire is the best way to go. So that is my long Monday rant. And like I said, it is reading sprints tonight. So excited to read more of that Nora Goes Off script, and hoping to finish that today. And we will see where we go from there. All right, guys, have a great Monday. We'll check in later. Bye. Hey guys, happy Tuesday and happy 4th of July. If you hear things, we are filling up water for some outdoor play today. But just wanted to hop on real quick and talk about the books that I finished. So between yesterday and today, I finished 2 more books. So I did finish Nora Goes Off script. I ended up giving that 4 stars. I really enjoyed that book. Okay, so I did finish Nora Goes Off script last night during the sprints. Like I said, I love Monday sprints. It was only 260 pages though too, so that helps. But that was really good. I gave it 4 stars. I thought the story was really cute. I liked all of the characters. I like how they jumped right into the story without a whole bunch of background. Like, it was really good. It is a romance, so you have the 3rd act breakup, and the only thing that didn't give it 5 stars to me was the plot twist at the end of like why they had their breakdown was like really ridiculous. But 4 stars, definitely recommend it. And then I picked up Claudia's Friend. I think it's Babysitter's Club 63. I borrowed it from Libby, and that was really cute, but it's just a 3 for me. It kind of dragged. It wasn't a normal Claudia book. The later Claudia books are really good. And I finished that this morning before I headed out to do some errands before we get into our full 4th of July festivities. So it's going to be a great day. I am planning to read the Keepers book. I can't remember the title. And so maybe I'll get some footage or some updates on that. I would love to finish it today, but it's like 600 pages. It is middle grade, so we'll see though. And yeah, those are my plans for the day. So happy 4th of July for those who celebrate, and we will check in later. Good morning and happy Wednesday, y'all. It's the day after 4th of July. I'm literally faking it until I make it because I'm so tired today. We do a lot on the 4th of July. Really has nothing to do with like the purpose of 4th of July. It's just a day off where we can all be together as a family. We play lots of games, lots of outside time. We went to go see fireworks. We're in bed later than normal, and so I am just tired. So I've already decided next year I'm taking the day off before 4th of July and the day after, because that's what makes sense. But anyway, let me update you on my reading. So I did get some reading done yesterday. I thought I would get more done, but honestly, with all that we were trying to do, that didn't happen. So yesterday, I did finish the Babysitters Club book, Claudia's Afraid in the Morning. I mentioned that already in yesterday's opening. And I've really focused on this book, Keeper of the Lost Cities. I'm now on page 181. So I got about 100 pages read yesterday. And it is actually really good. It does give Harry Potter vibes and Percy Jackson vibes at the same time, but like those are both really great series and stories, and so I'm loving it. So we're following Sophie. She has just found out that she has some powers and that she's an elf, and she gets brought into the elf world. She has a couple of guides. Fitz is the person who finds her originally. She also meets Dex, who's like her cousin, sort of, because she's staying with guardians in the elfin world that are taking her on. Grady and Adeline are their names that are taking her on. And we're just kind of starting her voyage into sort of elf world school. So think of like Hogwarts. She's gonna have 8 classes. Everything's a one-on-one mentorship though, which is kind of cool. And so she's just starting her first day. Everybody's like wondering about the new girl, and she's trying to navigate that. So that's where I left off. And then once we turn off the lights, because somehow I had lots of energy last night, I started reading Last Chance books. I saw this recently on, I saw this recently on somebody's vlog. I don't remember whose, or maybe it was on Instagram. But basically it's gonna be enemies to lovers. There's a girl who has a sort of small bookstore, not commercial, and she's across the street from a new bookstore that's just opened that is more commercial. It's giving more Barnes & Noble vibes, and they're taking her customers. The guy who works at that store, he's cute, he's nice, he's tried to get secrets from her, and I'm just about 6% in, so that's all I've got so far. Then I got my Book of the Month Club books on Monday, so let me show you what they are. I believe I mentioned last week already what they were going to be, but I'll just show you. So I got Love Theoretically, the actual hardcover. I already read this on my Kindle, but I have all the other love books in sort of this trilogy sort of thing in this world, and so I wanted to have that. And again, Book of the Month Club has books that are super cheap for hardcovers. They're only like $10.99. And then I picked up, whoa, Catherine Center's Hello Stranger. She wrote The Bodyguard last year, and I really liked that and her style of writing. It's a pretty thin book too, so I will try to read that this month. And then the last thing I'll show you before I hop off is what I said I didn't need. Guys, I picked up the Scribe. I'm so excited. I haven't got a chance to open this yet because I'm working, but I want to get this opened. No, take that out. I haven't gotten a chance to open this yet, but I want to get this open and show you guys in a different video, but I just want to show you that I got it. I'm so excited to open it. It's pretty heavy, as we knew, as is to be expected, but I am looking forward to playing with this more. So those are my updates for Wednesday. We are going to the library today, and so I will have some time to read then. I will bring my Keeper of the Lost Cities book for sure. All right, guys, signing off. Good morning and happy Thursday. Logging in to follow up with my reading from yesterday. If you are new to my channel and you have not watched one of my vlogs before, please know that Thursday is my favorite day of the week. I love it because it goes into Friday, but it doesn't have like the almost doom of Friday where you know like the weekend's almost over even before it even started. We don't do anything on Thursdays like activity wise, so like Thursday's my favorite day of the week. I've had my coffee, I'm feeling good. So yesterday I focused on 2 books, and I'm kind of in the middle with both of them, so like not much to report out, but I did read some more of Keeper of the Lost Cities last night, and I'm now on page 204, and we're still in the school. We're going through the first courses with what is her name, with Sophie, and just still in the meet and greet section. This is a 600-page book, so they have time to develop these characters. We're learning about like the world, right? So different world building, different creatures that live in the world, different classes, different professor names, all that. So still pretty good. I only read about 20 pages in this last night because I was really reading more on my Kindle, which we'll talk about. And so this is really good. I also want to get this on Kindle because I've mentioned this before in vlogs and on my channel if you've watched, but I like to have a physical copy and a Kindle copy because I do read at night, and when I turn off the bedroom light, I like to have the Kindle. I do also have a book light, but like this is a floppy, like very floppy, and the book light can get a little clunky, so I just prefer to read on the Kindle at night. Side note, I was so excited about this floppy book, and like look at the cover. It's like demolished. So I don't know. I like bending my book back though while I'm reading it, especially if it's a floppy sort of situation, but this one's like over the top. Okay, and then yesterday, as I told you guys, I got my Kindle Scribe. I was so excited to get it, and I am going to do a full video on this, but as vlog watchers, you'll get a little preview of some of my thoughts. So first, let me tell you what I read. I read mostly Last Chance books. I am, where am I? About 40% into this book, and it's good. What threw me off though is like, it's pretty much a YA book, and I thought it was like adult romance. Because I heard it from somebody else's channel. That's why I'm like, I don't know why. I heard it from somebody else's channel and thought it sounded good. So I'm 35% in, and we're still at this war between the bookstores of which bookstore will win out. We've got our main character who her mom is sort of like MIA. She's an actress and she kind of popped out of her life. The dad has never been a part of her life, so she's lived with her aunt her entire life, along with her half-brother Benny. The main character's name is Madeline, and they have this used bookstore, but another used bookstore opens up across the street. It's kind of more, it's a little fancier, and Jasper is this guy who's her age whose parents own that store, and so he's kind of like the manager there, and she's the manager at her store, and they're losing customers to the new store, and so they also are going to lose the building at the end of the summer. They just don't have the money to keep it going because nobody's coming to the bookstore. So now Madeline's trying to come up with all these ideas to keep the store open. She's just not giving up defeat yet, and so she's kind of in a little bit of a war with Jasper for, you know, who's going to whose store gets to stay, which is going to be popular. They've come to an agreement though, like if one person goes on the other side of the street, they have to buy something from their store. So it's kind of cute, but I'm in the middle, so like nothing else has really happened. It's okay. It's giving 2.5, 3 stars, but I really do want to finish it. But here's some things that I noticed about the Kindle Scribe. First of all, I love it. It is big, but like reading on this is a delight. Like, look at the words. You get so much reading done on one page. It's really nice. It's not as heavy as maybe I thought or perceived based on other conversations that, I'll bring that down a little bit, based on other conversations and videos that I'd watched. It is heavier, but it's not as heavy. And you can just lay it flat and read through. It has this little handle on the side, almost like the Oasis. But I put it on the right side so that my thumb is here, and that just helps me grip it. So then it's kind of flipped upside down orientation wise for me, because I like the pencil on this side. On this side, because I usually hold it in my right hand, the pencil was moving a lot. So I just flipped the orientation, pencil's on the side. The pencil has a good magnet, but it only magnets in the center. So you have a little bit of twist and turn here, which can get a little annoying. But here's my hack that I found out last night as I was reading in bed. First of all, once I laid down flat, I went ahead and got the Oasis out because laying down with this is not ideal. But I used a Flippy last night. It's like a pyramid-shaped cushiony holder for tablets. And I placed this on the Flippy while I was in the bed with the remote button changer. Now, I just got this, and if you watched my vlog last week, you saw that I picked that up and was trying to find like which device it would work on. At the time last week, the Oasis was the best device because probably the screen size. But now, this changer on the Kindle Scribe is a game changer. Like, all you have to do is set it down and click, 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 click. You don't have to pick it up at all. The words are nice and big. You get a full page of reading. So like that would be ideal. This is the ideal accessory to go with the Kindle Scribe. So I highly recommend that. And I will try to remember to link that Amazon link when I edit later and put it in the description, because that is really ideal. But this is such a nice premium device. It really feels like a whole experience now when you're reading. The Kindle Oasis is still beautiful. And as I said, the Paperwhite now goes in my bag with me. So I'm still getting use out of all of my devices, which is key and top tier. I did try the writing a little bit too yesterday, and it's literally the best writing experience I've ever had on a device. And I'm an avid iPad user. I use iPad for all of my work notes, and it literally was the best. So highly, highly, highly recommend using this for writing. And I'm not annotating yet, but my as I've said before, my fantasy books are the books I like to annotate in, and so I will be annotating that. And so I'm so excited. Also yesterday, away from the Scribe conversation, yesterday my Fourth Wing book was shipped from Barnes & Noble. As you guys know, I ordered the book physically because I want both the physical and the Kindle copy. I have the Kindle copy already, but the physical is coming in, and that's when I will start that book. So exciting. Anyway, I am going to start work. I can't wait to read on this later today. There are no sprints today, but I will still be reading quite a bit, so I can't wait for that. Anyway, that is all for Thursday. If something else comes up, I'll check in. I'm still waiting for my eBay book purchase. Now, I just won on Tuesday, which was 4th of July, but hopefully it comes soon. We shall see. Anyway, that's it for now. Bye, guys. Hey, guys. Welcome to Friday and the last day of my vlog. It's like this was a busy week and such a different week, especially with having Tuesday with the 4th of July. It was just like a real start and stop week, but I think I did decent this week. I didn't really finish a lot this week, but that's okay. So let me tell you where I am, what I'm going into the weekend with. So I am still reading Marianne's Makeover. This is Babysitters Club number 60. And this book is so good. It's better than I thought. And I almost thought that I had read it already. But it's so good. It is a little bit grimy. I don't understand why the babysitters are being so mean to Marianne, but I am on the last 2 chapters. So I'm going to finish that shortly. I'm reading that on the Kindle Scribe. I'm so excited for my first weekend with the Kindle Scribe and be scribing it up. So super excited about that. And then I picked out 3 books that I want to finish this weekend, but this might all be thrown off, so I just got back from Barnes & Noble. But the first is Hello Stranger. I started this yesterday. I'm only on chapter 2, but we are following Sadie. And Sadie was at this gathering. Where was she? At a bar, at a hangout. And she met this guy who was really cute. And she was kind of flirtatious with each other, but they didn't really, it didn't go anywhere. And we end the chapter with like, this is the last thing she remembers in the conversation. And it sounds like either she got hit by a car or something. I think she's gonna have amnesia. So we woke up in chapter 2 in the hospital. So that's where I am there, but I want to finish this. This one's pretty short. It is 300-ish, going past the author's note, 313 pages, so not too bad, so I'll be reading that. And then I really had an idea of finishing up Rock, Paper, Scissors. First of all, I've had this from the library forever. My library is really good though. They will continue to renew the book for you as long as nobody's waiting for it. And so this has been getting renewed for me. And so I just want to read it because it's really not that long. It's 200 something pages. And yeah, it's like 250 pages. Like I can get this done pretty quickly, and I want to get it back to the library, but I also want to check this off my list of things that I have read. I'm going to check the daily deals today too on Kindle, because if this was ever on Kindle, daily deals, I would buy it. It's like $1.99 or $2.99. And then I want to go back to Daddy Diaries and just either finish it or read the next season, which is spring. So those are like my intentions. Then I went to the library today, the library. No, I went to Barnes and Noble today per Reagan's request. I'm never going to turn it down. She wanted to get some more Who Was books. So she stocked up, but then I looked around too. And so I picked up a couple more middle grades. So I picked up book 2 in the Keeper of the Lost Cities series because I do like the book, and I know I'm gonna do the series. I've just decided. And then I picked up randomly Nevermore, which I had borrowed from the library at one point, but didn't really get far in it, but I still want to read it. And I feel like this sort of fantasy in middle grade is my niche a bit because they are fun and whimsical. They're not high fantasy. They haven't gotten super dark and crazy yet. And so we'll see how that goes. No rush to read this either. Just grabbed it. And then I almost forgot that The Summer Girl came out by Elle Kennedy. This is the 3rd book in that Avalon Bay series. And so the first one was Good Girl Complex, and then Bad Girl Reputation, and now The Summer Girl. And so I was waiting to read this. These are pretty quick, and when you get into them, they just fly. So this might jump the line this weekend if I'm feeling stalled on reading, but we'll see. I really want to create a plan and stick to it one of these days. So today, this might be the weekend that I do it. But those are the books that I picked up today, and those are my plans for the weekend. So hoping to come back to you guys on Monday with really great news. Next week, I do plan to do a Kindle Scribe video. It would have been like a week with it now, and so I want to share with you all my thoughts about it. But yeah, anything that you guys want to see more of, please comment down below. Thanks to all that have recently subscribed. If you're not subscribed and you're checking this out, check out my other content to see if it's something you want to be a part of. I post on Thursdays and Sundays. Thursdays usually some sort of either book tech video or just book information video, and then Sundays my reading vlog where I catch you up on what I'm reading each day, and I love doing both of those. So hope to continue to grow and share interests with you. I'm also pretty quick on the comments. Every once in a while it'll be like 2 or 3 days before I respond, but most of the time I try to get on right away. So feel free to comment, ask questions about what you're seeing, hearing, reading. You have tech questions about the Kindles or anything else, let me know. Happy to answer them for you. So until next time, guys, have a good one. See you in the next video. Bye, guys.